hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Um, now I like that. Yeah, that's very pretty. Might leave that one for a little while. See what I mean? Yeah, we got our Duchess grabbing a apricot, I think, or lemon from an invisible tree, no doubt. Anyway, I like it. Uh, Now I'll just go back to that one. That looks so dignified. Okay, let me see who's here first. Carol Lund, thank you so much for being here first. There are no prizes, but I really do appreciate it. And anyway, let's just get on with it, shall we? There we go. Uh, See that big giant sausage finger hand whispering something to Harry? I would love to say I think this is brilliant, but as you know, the Prince of Petty or the Prince of Pegging is not very happy from what we hear. And I have no reason to doubt that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they actively leak and brief from Kensington Palace, quite deliberately so. So I have no reason to believe that there is not an air of truth to that. Um, they just want us to know. They're trying to take the momentum, the shine away from Prince Harry and put the focus back on themselves. You would think it would be negative focus, but I guess it's more important to be seen, right? To be believed. Anna Boyd, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you very much. Oh, and I saw the comment a little earlier. Someone said they liked the video from earlier. Thank you very much. Yeah, when you have it laid out with the photos and everything, and I think it's just kind of easier to get the full information like that. So, and I'm always glad to share those with you. Um, but yeah, someone is very, very unhappy right now, feeling a bit, how do I put it, about as useful as a glass hammer. I got that from Downton Abbey. Lady Violet Grant, what is it? The Dowager Countess Violet. Anyway, the Maggie Smith character, Grandmama. I got that from Grandmama. About as useful as a glass hammer. uh, and of course, thank you for being here at Royal Sussex. Thanks for spending your Monday morning or Sunday evening with us. Uh, and of course, birthday wishes are in order. There we go. Happy birthday, Joan Garcia. Many happy returns of the day. I hope you all had a chance to go over to the community post and sign the birthday card with all your birthday wishes, um, advice, whatever. You know how what is it, graduation, when you get your autograph book and people give you all kind of advice for life. Don't accept any wooden nickels, that kind of thing. So uh, let's see, a good tip: always wear a hat when you're in the sun. And of course, oh my goodness, how did that happen? See, it has happened again. How did the Y shift like that? And it didn't happen. Well, anyway, happy Bertha. Yeah, happy birthday, E. Joan Garcia. Maybe Tiffany is Latino. Happy birthday, E. E. Maybe she's a Latina. I didn't notice that before, but maybe Tiffany moved the L. Yeah, maybe Tiffany moved the L. I don't know why that happens, but remember it happened with the Royal Sussex thing I put up there. When by the time that I put it over here, somehow it moved. But anyway, let us have a birthday salsa for Joan Garcia. Let me get that going. Oh. Okay. Try that one more time. Here we go. Birthday salsa. Are we ready? Okay. All right. And all right. Happy birthday, Joan Garcia. Thank you, Joan Garcia. Oh, you are quite welcome, and thank you for being such an essential member of Royal Sussex and of the Sussex Squad community. I think you've been a member of this channel for what, 4 years now? I think it's like 48 months. Gosh, that's weird to think about. But yeah, it just seemed like the channel started last year. But anyway, thank you very much. There's a few of you all that have been members like almost from the start. Well, actually, it is from the start of the memberships because I went a while before I even started the memberships. But someone kept telling me, "Oh, you need to get the memberships going. Get the memberships going." I say, "Okay, I will." 1 month later, I think or 2 months, I finally got the memberships going. So but thank you all very much for your continued support for Royal Sussex. Okay. Uh, there we go. But yes, even Tiffany is raising her glass of champagne. Truth is, she probably would have done that anyway, but good old Tiff. All right. Let's see. Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you, James Norman. Um, I'm very glad to be here, and I'm glad to do it. And thank you so much. That let me know that I'm on the right track. Okay. So let me see. What was my public service announcement? You guys, I just saw another one of those things about scams and fraud. Scams and fraud. And with AI, it is getting more and more difficult to know what's right and what's wrong. But okay, hear me out when I say this. Try to remember this. When they ask you for your email, don't give it to them. And what I'm talking about is when you get some annoying, what do you call those things? The emails. When you get those annoying emails and they say you can unsubscribe, but they want your email, do not give it to them. Find some kind of way to block them, put them in the spam or the, whatever you can do. Put them in the junk thing, but do not give them your email because they want to validate that it is a real email. You know what I'm saying? They want to know that it's a real email. So don't fill that in. I try to avoid it. I've been doing that for years. I've been trying to avoid those. Sometimes I have if it's a company that I know of, but even with that, I'm going to avoid doing that. And I know that having like one company send you 5 emails a day, that happened when I purchased something from La Crusade. They just kept sending me emails every day, and it was just too many. And so I did, you know, unsubscribe. I like it if I can just click a button to unsubscribe. I don't like it if they ask for my email. So do avoid that. And also, if a financial institution, bank, whatever, if they call you and try to scare you into thinking that someone has breached your account, hang up and call them back at the phone number that's on the back of your debit card or that phone number that's on the back of your credit card. Do not panic and start giving them information. Hang up. I mean, I've seen a very young couple that lost over $100,000 that they cannot get back because they were trying to be so helpful to the bank. And it was all a setup. So again, I'm going to keep reminding you all about these things every so often because I would just hate for anyone to be victimized by these criminals. And you, especially if you're, I avoided using Zelle for years because I saw how people were getting in trouble with that. And and recently I have used Zelle a few times, um, but I would rather pay a few bucks for, Cash App or PayPal or something like that. I'd rather pay a few bucks using that than to do anything where I cannot get my money back. So, okay, so that's it for now. But remember, hang up that phone and then go to the proper number and call back because they have, you know, chances are they have enough of your information to get you to lower your guard. And you don't want to do that. Hang up the phone immediately. Look at the back of your debit or credit card and call that number. A few minutes is not going to make much of a difference. Okay? All right. Please do that. Oh, I forgot the birthday cake. Um, it wouldn't be a birthday without a birthday cake. I forgot about that one. Okay, again, happy birthday. Uh, I'm so glad you got your money back. Okay. Yeah, the emails can be very tricky. And also the spam text messages and such. Um, I try to not open anything with those if I can help it. Those are also a way to get in trouble. So it seems like there should be a way for them to block that stuff from our phones, but right now they pretend like they don't have a way. All I know is when they call me, oh, you know what? Let me see here. Um, let's see. Now, John Garcia, I know how old you are, but I'm not going to say it. You can tell them if you want to. But here, I forgot I had a candle for you. It's from Back and Body Hurts. It's a candle from Back and Body Hurts. Happy birthday. Um, uh, it it is a candle specially formulated for seniors. It's called Back and Body Hurts. So again, happy birthday. Woo! I didn't know who I was going to use this on. I couldn't wait. Isn't that cute though? You can actually buy those. I think that you can buy those from Amazon. So if you know someone and you're looking for a fun birthday gift, let me see. I want to say I saw that on Amazon. Let me see. Bath and Body Hurts. Yes, they do have it. They have the happy birthday candles, and yeah, there's like a variety of them. So if you oh, they even got a pillow, Back and Body Hurts pillow. Isn't that the cutest thing? That is adorable. Okay, I got that out of my system. I'm happy now. Let's see. Oh, even worse, may my software programs I still use now charges more for an upgrade because they include AI now. No one asks for AI, but they make more money. Oh, okay. I didn't know that there was an additional charge. It seemed like there's so many places to use AI, but wow, I did not know that. But thank you again for the super chat. And AI sometimes gives you the wrong information. They pull the information from existing um, articles and such online, and they will decipher that information and turn it into a very cohesive answer. But if the information that's out there is inadequate, then as they say, you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. So I don't always trust it. All right. Oh, look who's back in town when your beau is back in town. So I'm looking closely and I thought I saw another hand, but it's not because I see Meghan's gold watch or gold bracelet. That is Meghan's hand, but someone else is taking a picture. It seemed like Meghan would be holding the camera, but I don't think she is. I do think someone else is taking the picture, maybe. But well, good for her. It's been a week, and now Harry is back. His birthday is tomorrow, so I hope that they're gonna have a great time. I hope Harry has a wonderful birthday. He deserves it. Now, the Guardian has that fantastic article, and as someone had mentioned earlier, that there was a great um, video. So, in case you don't feel like reading the article yourself, someone, me, made a video from the article, of course, giving credit to The Guardian. But if you want to hear my mellow, soothing voice read the article to you, you need only go to that particular video. And I uploaded that earlier today. So you can, it's only about maybe 13, 14 minutes long. And then that way you can take it all in. But it was a great article. And what I loved about it so much was the thing when Harry says that they want to believe they know what I'm thinking. Haven't I said that about 3 times this week? How annoying I think it is that they pretend to know what Harry is thinking and feeling and how unhappy he is. And they also mentioned in the article his face, the facial expressions, how they look at his face and they try to determine that he's hurt or sad or miserable. Harry spoke about that. If I didn't know better, I would think that Harry was watching Royal Sussex. But gosh, I hope not. Plausible deniability. Anywho, he mentioned that. And I'm glad that someone set the record straight. I know that it's not likely to make a difference because that narrative of poor Harry, sad Harry, sells papers and is responsible for a lot of clicks and engagement, but it's simply just not true. He is enjoying his life. How could you not feel good about yourself having another September tour? Do you all recall the United Nations last year? Because if you don't, I'll refresh your tea. Harry went to the United Nations last year. The Clinton Foundation, the what was it? Centabali, right? And oh gosh, what was it? The Parents Network and the Travelers. And there may have been a fifth one that I can't think of. But he went from room to room, group to group, person to person, absolutely polished, elegant, very articulate, well spoken, knowledgeable. And then after all of that, he went over to Wellchild and again bedazzled them. And then it was off to, what was it, Botswana, Lesotho? And again, he was at the top of his game. Now, that was a lot of moving around in a very short period of time. This was not Queen Elizabeth doing a lot of smiling and waving and such. And this was not Charles with all of his little antics. This is Harry without the Home Office, without the palace people helping him. This is Harry using the staff that he put in place, a staff that he paid for, and another flawless tour, just like this past week, without the input from those people. He was prepared. His people had him well covered. And of course, all of the acquaintances that he has made in his lifetime, not just since leaving the palace, in his lifetime. I am just so proud of him. You have no idea. I am so proud of him. I'm so proud of the way the Sussexes have been able to maneuver in these spaces without the Home Office, without the courtiers over at Narnia, and they have done it flawlessly. And if you compare that to his brother, who has everything at his beck and call, and there's always some kind of shortcoming, there's always some gaffe or mistake made. You got to give him credit for that. Freshface says, "Hey everyone, the British media better not forget that the prince now has a dagger hidden in his cane. Happy birthday, Joan Garcia." Thank you very much for that, Freshface. And there's that too. Absolutely, there's that too. Oh, the gifts, the gifts, the gifts. You know, before I came on, I was looking at a video. Let me see if I can find that. I want to share it with you. Hopefully, I can download it. Okay, I can see that's not going to work out. Well, I just have to do this the old-fashioned way. Let me try this. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let that load. It is only gonna take it's only like a few seconds, this video, and then I'll share it with you. And it speaks to what I was saying about the gift giving. By the way, thank you, Fresh Space, for your gift. But I don't know. I was feeling kind of I almost got a little tear in my eye because they have been flooding Harry with gifts. In that article, they even mentioned the fact that the private plane that Harry took back to the UK, and I guess from there he goes and hop on a BA flight or something like that. They said that aircraft was loaded down, so the whole back of the plane was full of gifts, and of course, not just for himself, but for the family. Which I'll show you that in just a moment. Let me try to get this going. And all right. Okay, I'm gonna have to let that one load too. And then as soon as they're done, I'm gonna share them with you. And also, well, I'll show you in a minute. I don't want to spoil it, but I am loving this, and I'm loving this for Harry. And then, of course, there's all of those people that are kitted out with the Invictus gear. So there's that branding going on. But yes, if you haven't had a chance, the article I turned into a video narrated by yours truly, and that is available from earlier today. You'll see it. So yeah, this is almost loaded. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I got some really good photos too. I went and scoured the social media, and I found some stuff from some other social media accounts that I'm going to share with you, which is it's really cool. They have been showing our Harry all types of love and affection, and I am here for it. It's well deserved, very well deserved. Okay, let me get this set up. Oh, in the meantime, where are we? Okay, that is from The Guardian. Love that photo. And I do think this was a Ukrainian photographer, but I am loving that photo. You can see the real raw emotions. And that is from Superhuman. My photo with Prince Harry. By the way, these are translated from, is it Ukrainian? Yeah, my photos with Prince Harry are not the pinnacle of photogenicity. Wait, photogenicity, but they clearly mark an important milestone in the work of superhumans. The team organized a visit to Kyiv in less than 7 days. I didn't know that. This was only 7 days in the making. Knew every minute of the movement and calmly responded to all the changes that occurred during the trip. In our work, tasks are much more difficult than visits, but events like these provide a strong energy boost and confirm that the path we have chosen is valuable, dear to many. Oh, okay. Now, I would have never guessed that they threw that together in 7 days. That looks like months of planning. Is that right? Let me see. The team organized a visit to Kyiv in less than 7 days. Now, is that organized for them? Well, either way, whether it was them or if it was with Harry's people or whatever, they all came together and in 7 days they made this look absolutely flawless. So again, cheers to them for that. Okay. So I'm just gonna fix this video up for you guys and then I will share it. Okay. Okay, thank you all so much for your patience. It will be worth it. And that is done. Now upload and share. Okay, got it. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Okay, not quite. All right, now here it comes. Here I come to save the day. La da 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 da. Okay, okay.
It's like a symbol of our history from our artists. You have this case and the special day to celebrate with your help, of course. Yes, and this is for white which we with the symbol of EU3, and it's with a special wording from one of our exceptional person from our history about here. And we are always welcome to here, and thank you a million times for everything we do. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. There's another point of view, and I'm going to share that one with you. And you can see it from another angle. So I'm going to load this one, And I'll share this one with you too. You might be able to hear what she's saying better, but in that box, there is some wine. And also the white box at the bottom, that is a gift for the Duchess of Sussex. And that is just a couple of the gifts. There's someone else who had a gift. I believe she's a clothing designer that wanted to share something with Meghan. So she gave it to Harry to give to Meghan. So chances are Meghan is going to wear it. And I don't know if that particular designer is well known already, but if she's not, she probably will be if Meghan wears her outfit. So I can't wait to see what it is. Oh, that's the same one. That's the same one. Sorry about that. Don't need that one. Let me try it again. Sorry I didn't have this ready. I literally saw these while I was prepping. And you know me, I just wanted to share it. So let me try it again.
Champagne, real champagne with artists, with Ukrainian artists, and all profit from this champagne we give to Invictus hospital for helping them buying equipment and everything during this almost 2 years. And it's like a symbol of huge project with champagne, real champagne with artists, with Ukrainian artists, and all profit from this champagne we give to Invictus hospital for helping them buying.
Okay, so it is champagne. It's not just wine, it is champagne. Did not know they had champagne in Ukraine, but now I do. Okay, lovely. I'm very happy. Let's go through the rest of these photos, shall we? So there was this. You can't see her in this photo, but behind Harry, that's the lady that invited him, and she greeted him at the train station. You'll see her in just a second. But guess what? They're handing him more gifts. I cannot see what that is, but I bet that is gorgeous. Can you make out the detail? It's black and it looks like it has, I don't know if those are buttons or embroidery or something like that. But I love that look that Harry's giving the camera, like, can you believe another gift? Can you believe another gift? His eyes are saying, is that another gift? But whatever that is, I'm guessing that's for Meghan. I'm pretty sure it's for Meghan. But I would love for them to hold it up completely so I can see what it is. But yeah, that is pretty cool. And then this guy, oh, wait, did I? Yeah, we did that. Okay. This guy right here. So again, translated from Ukrainian. Is that what they call their language? His name is Tris Natias Ronian or something. Saronian, T. Saronian, something like that. During Prince Harry's visit to Kyiv in the break between our changes of location, we had a wonderful opportunity to catch up with him, thank him for his support, and especially present him a gift that I will adorn with collections of special books. P.S. You're being stroked by a prince. Happy birthday, homie. Now, as I said, this is translated from Ukrainian. So I'm not sure what that means. You're being stroked by a. I'm not sure what that means. But okay. Okay. Uh, for Prince Harry with gratitude from Kiev. Yeah. A life that never stopped. Wow. Okay. I'd really like to see what's going on with that book. But yeah, for Prince Harry with gratitude from Kiev. Well, again, now maybe this is what he's talking about. Maybe the way Harry held his hand. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know. I'm sure it is just a lost in translation thing. But you know what? When in Kiev, do as the Ukrainians do, right? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. So if I ever go to Kiev, I will remember to stroke someone's hand, right? You hold their hand and you just kind of, rub yours on top of theirs. That's the polite thing to do. You get me? So all right then. But yeah, it must have been a very special day for everyone in the room. It seemed like every place Harry turned, there was another gift. I would love to see all of it laid out. And let's see, Maria Didkovska, Diskovska. Um, I don't know what that is. I don't think that that's the champagne. It's something else. And then there's this guy. Uh, it looked like he may have been blinded or something. I'm not sure, but um, I think maybe he lost his vision. Meeting with veterans. So, wow, beautiful photos. Absolutely beautiful photos. I had to go and dig like through their Instagrams to find these, but beautiful, beautiful photos. Now, this is not Misan Harriman, but somebody is giving Misan a run for their money, a run for his money, because Misan is the one that does a lot of those black and white photos, but these are beautiful. Uh Another gift. This one was for Meghan. And there is a video, but it was a little bit too difficult to get it because it was on Instagram and I could not uh, easily get it from there as I can from Twitter. So I didn't do it, but very short video anyway. But you can hear her say that this is for your wife. Give this to your wife. So Megan's not even on this trip, but she's making out like a bandit. And I'm sure that that a lot of these people, well, not all of them, but some of them, I think they're hoping that that they can, you know, make their stuff known in the U.S. or whatever. But and that's all well and good because, as you know, Megan is always up for helping, especially women-owned businesses. So that would be perfect. And then let's see, it says, I am a girl born in Kharkiv on the cold mountain in an ordinary family. I never thought that one day I would be standing next to Prince Harry and shaking his hand. They say there are only 6 handshakes between any two people on the planet, or 6 degrees of separation, right? But sometimes this chain is reduced to one direct contact. He came with a mission to support Ukraine and the Superhuman Center for the second time, and we do shoe market raised money for Superhuman Center, and the team in this Prince Harry's this prince's arrival invited Sergei and I to join the event. We sometimes think the world is too big, but we are too small. Oh, I love that. We sometimes think the world is too big, but we are too small. I do not like the phrase, I'm small, I'm a small man. What can I do? You can and should take steps toward good, and even 6 handshakes disappear. I was there on behalf of our entire community, from all of us who joined and helped. That is so sweet. You guys, I am just getting goosebumps. Do you hear me? I am loving this. I am loving this. This is absolutely beautiful. And I tell you, this is probably as close to the Colombia and Nigeria as we're likely to get this year, unfortunately. But hopefully, there will be another tour at some point with both Harry and Meghan. But I think this is going to be like the biggest one for this year, if you don't count um, what is it, the Invictus games. This is going to be like their biggest thing, or his biggest thing away from home this year. So I'm loving it. And there you see, there is a huge gift bag. And this girl in the blue, if I was her best friend, I'd be like, stop swooning. Stop swooning. You're swooning again. Stop swooning. She is lost in her thoughts. She never thought that she would have a prince speaking to her, a real life prince, not a Disney prince, but a real prince. And you see her head's all, she's about to faint. I think she's about to faint to the floor. Somebody's going to have to catch her. Somebody catch her. Let's see. And a group shot. And this is from yesterday. Again, that's the lady that greeted Harry at the train station. I forget what her title is, but I do believe she's the one who made the invitation on behalf of the Ukrainian government. So I'm going to do that sound for us again, because I think it just brings it all into focus. So here goes.
That was his second visit to Ukraine. The first one was at Superhuman Center in April, and the second one actually took place yesterday. He came all the way to Kiev, which is not that easy because the air is closed. So he took a train to get to Kiev, and he had a very productive meeting with the veterans, basically talking to Invictus Games team members and other veterans who were wounded during the Russian aggression. And he was talking mainly about, the challenges they're going to face after being discharged from the military, and the ways how they can cope with it. The main message is, you have an example. And if somebody did that, you can do it as well.
Yeah, it's a great example as we're showing some of the pictures of him meeting some of the veterans there. As you say, it's a second visit there. Clearly, he's formed some kind of bond with the veterans there, as well as your mission. He said he wanted to humanize what Ukrainian soldiers are going through. So why is that international attention and recognition so important, do you think, for the recovery process?
Absolutely. It's very important first to get an expertise from the countries who already went through this path and who had an experience. And second, it's very important to bring the right example in front of our veterans, because Ukraine has 1.5 million veterans, and the number is growing. So it's going to be a very big challenge for the country when the war is over, and even now. So we need to get prepared for that, and visits like that are helping us to forecast the challenges we're going to have. That was his second visit to Ukraine. The first one.
Okay, so there you go. Again, I am loving this week. I am loving it for Prince Harry and for our Duchess, who waited for him to celebrate his birthday. And the kids are going to just smother him with love, and I'm sure they're going to bake something for him. It's going to be really nice, and I'm happy. So still got a few more things to share with you, so we will get to those. In the meantime, I am going to put the where are we here? Okay, I think that's right. Is it? Yes, that is right. I'm going to share this to the top of the chat. And that is a link for Joan Garcia's birthday card. Let me double check that. If you just joined us, it's Joan Garcia's birthday. And that is a link to the birthday card. So feel free to go over and read the greetings and leave a greeting yourself. Well wishes, kind thoughts are appreciated. And that works. Okay, so that is it. And TMCD says, Prince Harry, the global statesman. The global statesman. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had a couple of other slides for that. But all right. So if you mention him, he'll throw you out of the room. Why William is more determined than ever to cut Harry out of his life, as Charlotte Griffith reveals how he's been driven to rage by his by his brother's brazen return plan. There is no return plan. Harry is not returning to royal duty. He simply wants to share his country of birth, his country of origin with his children, with their bright red hair that will definitely not look at all out of place once they get over there. They will just blend in with the rest of the redheads, the gingers. But that's it. There's no diabolical plan to come back. William is just jealous. He is jealous of his brother, and he only calls attention to his jealousy when he instructs his people to go and brief the public about how angry he is. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. It does not look good for you. And really, William is about as frightening as a glass of milk. He's not scaring anybody. He's not making anyone afraid of him. Who's afraid of him and for what? Because he's going to be king? So what? This has gotten so out of hand. There would be no room for Harry to be there at all if he and his lazy wife, the two laziest people, if they would just do their work. It has not, everybody is talking about the 5 vacations in 2025. Everybody's talking about it. And why is that? Because you took 5 vacations or more in 2025. And yet has shown up only a handful of times to work in comparison. In the past 7 weeks, very little work has been done. But you did take time to go and find a new home. Kate went shopping for a dinette set with a service of 26 or whatever it is. You had time for that. But you won't work. He's the president of BAFTA. He did not go. They were both supposed to go to the Royal Ascot. Kate did not go. And I'm sure it's a couple of other things I'm not thinking about that they did not do. And even Charles, who is going through cancer himself, is tired of the cancer card, of the cancer excuse. Now, obviously, Charles has good intel that Kate is doing everything that Kate wants to do except for work. He knows her whereabouts. Royal protection officers are bound to, start singing like Aretha Franklin and telling everybody what they're doing. Well, telling people in the palace what they're doing. So what? Why don't you show up? What if Kate, with her new hairdo, went for some type of visit somewhere with a friend, a euphemistic friend, and that makes these pathetic excuses unnecessary because we know you're doing something else. I don't know. But whatever it is, I'm sure that Charles is using Harry's presence to rattle William's cage to get him to do some work. I'm sure of that. I am sure of that. Here's a couple more. Why William is more determined than ever to cut Harry out of his life. Okay, did that one. Prince Harry's lively UK tour is William's worst nightmare, says Tom Sykes. That's William's worst nightmare. Because it just goes to show how popular Harry is. William thought that making those little slick videos was going to suffice instead of actually doing the work. We've had Princess Anne. Anne said that she didn't feel, of course, this is according to someone close to the family, that Princess Anne believed that William was not doing enough of the bread and butter work. Well, that's easy to believe because William does not do any of the type of royal engagements like Queen Elizabeth and like Prince Philip. The boring stuff. You know, the stuff they said that Meghan was, that Meghan felt was beneath her, right? They said that Meghan found out that being a duchess was hard work and she just wasn't interested in doing stuff like that. Now, that is what they reported. Of course, I don't believe that one bit. I'm sure Meghan would have enjoyed whatever was thrown her way, and she would have tried to make it over in a way that would be more engaging for not only the people that she's visiting, but for herself and future royal visits for whoever goes. She would have done her best to take something pretty routine and make it better. As evident with the hub kitchen. How come you don't keep this place open more often? Well, we don't have the money. What did Meghan say? Let's do a cookbook. That's Meghan, a problem solver. And they were terrified of Meghan's ability. They didn't want to do the work, but they certainly didn't want Meghan to do it and to get any type of acknowledgement for it. They just would not have it. I always worry that when Prince Harry goes back to the UK, but I love him returning this time just because of that idiot brother of his. Yeah, I mean, it's not without reservation because it's not that Harry cannot be trusted, it's his father and his brother who cannot be trusted. That's the truth. They're the ones who cannot be trusted. But because it has proved to be embarrassing for William, I'm rather enjoying it. I am rather enjoying it. So I'm looking for the Tom Sykes article. Is that it right there? Yes. Yes, that's it. Oh, he's referencing Tina Brown. Tina Brown's pushed it into the open this week, writing on Substack that Charles is currently less irritated with the prodigal Harry than he is with his eldest son and heir. However, Prince William's parenting dedication always seems couched as the tactic or the tacit the tacit criticism of the king's own paternal deficiency. Now, see, I don't see this as being about Charles. It's about being lazy. Charles was raised by two parents that were very out of touch, one of which was particularly brutal with him. But yet, Charles works hard. Charles does work. Charles does show up. If there is a bag of money being passed out, Charles will be there to retrieve it. Whatever the work is, everyone can agree that Charles has worked. Charles has put in the work, but you cannot say that for William. Charles has been a global statesman for years. He didn't become a global statesman because his mama died. Charles has long relationships with politicians and other royals and every despot you could think of. So he's not a new commodity. There's not too many people on the global stage that can say, I've never met Prince Charles or now King Charles. Not too many of them. And not just recently met him 20, 30, 40 years ago. They may have been some member of parliament. Now they're the prime minister or the president or whatever, but they know him. They met him. They've had dinner or spent time with him. William? No. Harry? Possibly. Better chance that they know Harry than they would know William. And after 5 confirmed family vacations in the past 7 months, William's first week back diary pulsated with 2 outings: a father-daughter excursion to the Women's Rugby World Cup pool match, and a stroll through the National History Museum, New Garden. Charles, despite his battle with cancer, has carried out official engagements on 175 days during the past 12 months. 175 days during the past 12 months. Cancer-stricken Charles. Tina's insight back up the Daily Beast has been saying for weeks. On August 31st, the Beast reported sources describing a very strained relationship between Charles and his son and heir, William. Now, just last week, one of those people on one of those panels kind of threw in there, and after all, Charles and William are very close. And I'm like, you know, we can hear you, right? They are not close. They have not been close. When did they get close? It says here a very strained relationship between Charles and his son and heir William. Put simply, William thinks Charles' monarchy has failed to modernize. He thinks it still radiates pomposity and looks out of touch. Thanks to Charles' love of uniforms and airmen, and he disdains the prioritization of duty over health and well being. Charles, meanwhile, believes William shirks the most basic elements of the job, appearing in person across the country, rain or shine. And that is his prioritization of family life over duty is inappropriate. His prioritization of family life over duty is inappropriate. I agree with that. I absolutely agree. As they always say, that sacrifices must be made. They always throw in some reason why Harry does not sacrifice, and they pretend that William is the one making sacrifices, but he rarely works. He may be over there, but he's not working. Barely a ripple. On September 1st, the Daily Beast said Charles, as a father, instinctively wants to reconcile with Harry. William, by contrast, believes no member of the family should tarnish Harry's status by meeting him. One of William's friends told me Charles risks repeating his mistake with Andrew. William is right about Andrew, and he is right about Harry. Charles is weak. Oh, he's so weak, he took that Frogmore Cottage. That didn't look weak to me. It's now apparent that William's attempt to freeze Harry out were never just about punishing his brother for his tell-all book Spare. As valuable as that cover story may have been, oh, now this is the juicy part. We were about ensuring Harry could not use the fairy dust of royalty to work his way back into the band of working royals and steal attention from him. And steal attention from him. That's the part I was looking for. That is the part I was looking for. The stealing of attention from William. After this past week, William's fears look absolutely justified. What was striking about Harry's trip was how easy he made it look. Can I do that one again, please? What's striking about Harry's trip was how easy he made it look. He zipped around the country, laughing and joking with school children, sword fighting with balloons, high-fiving young people, flashing glimpses of the old Harry Britain once adored. He was upbeat, funny, relaxed, and the UK lapped it up. Against William and Kate's buttoned-down image, Harry's exuberance was a reminder of how dull the heir and his wife can seem. Their rush diary filler, heritage site, and textile factory only made Harry shine brighter. But make no mistake, it was Harry's meeting with the king that really mattered. Both sides tried to dampen expectations in advance, but the choreography on the day was unmistakable. Photographs Um, oh, what is it? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Photographers tipped off by Palace were waiting outside Clarence House. Insiders confirmed no corners were cut. Sandwiches, biscuits, and Harry's beloved chocolate biscuit cake were all laid out. As one source told me, it was a proper tea. Everything was there. A private reunion, yes, but also very deliberate theater. Charles signaled to the world that Harry was back under the roof. Now, a balcony return, not a balcony return, yet the first step toward rehabilitation and a direct rebuke to William. The response was extraordinary. Even the Mail and the Telegraph ran pieces remarking on Harry's surprising return from uh, Amanda Platel, long one of Harry's fiercest critics, headlined her column, William and Kate have become the prince and princess of boring. She urged them to learn from Harry or risk Charles' wrath. For Harry's new communication team, Meredith Maines and Liam McGuire, the turnaround will be hailed as a spectacular success. Harry's decision to stop complaining about how unfair and brutal his life is part of the reason, but surely a bigger factor is the king's endorsement. In a monarchy, nothing matters more. Where Charles leads, the public follows. Camilla, yeah, forget her. By welcoming Harry back, Charles shifted the dial overnight. The consequences are seismic. For Charles, reconciliation makes sense against the backdrop of his illness. Frail and tired, he cannot wait to face the end of his reign unreconciled with his son or estranged from his grandchildren. Rumors even surfaced this week that Archie and Lily could one day attend school in Britain. True or not, the fact that the subject is even up for discussion shows how far the ground has moved. For William, the shift is catastrophic. He has always seen Harry's return as a zero-sum game. Harry's gain is his loss. Now he has been proved right. By re-embracing Harry, Charles has left his heir dangerously exposed. William and Kate are publicly split from the king and forced to confront an agonizing choice. Do they swallow their pride, reconcile with Harry, and risk the humiliation of letting him back on the balcony, half in, half out, as he always wanted? Or do they hold the line, knowing they will have to sustain 50 years of Cold War once William takes the throne? Either path is fraught. What is unprecedented is that Britain's son and heir now finds himself openly at odds with the king. The knives are out for him as never before. Well, let's see. Fresh face. Connie Bomber. Again, the British media better back up. Remember that video of Lilibet slicing and dicing that cake from the first Ukrainian visit. She was quick with it. Hear, hear. Thank you very much for that, fresh face. She was kind of stabbing into that cake, wasn't she? Well, Tom Sykes is enjoying the moment. But let's talk about this. William has left the door wide open. I said a long time ago that Charles and William are not talking. That whole thing about William being a royal with a small r, and then the constant references to what he's going to do different when he becomes king. Now, they were furious because Harry said, I'm not sure how much more time my father has. The person they ought to be angry with is William. William, the one who keeps making references to his ascension to the throne, which means that his father is dead. That's the only way he gets to the throne, is when his father is dead, and he won't stop talking about it, making proclamations about what he's going to do different. Now, that is crass when it comes to comments, but yet the press has not challenged him on that. And they really should. William is the one that's at fault, not Harry. Harry made an observation out of frustration. William is repeating this again and again, which is totally disrespectful to his father. And the other thing that is disrespectful is using those children as an excuse to not work. Now, if William thinks that he is hurting Charles because his lack of work is a way to criticize his father's parental skills, it's not working. As they tell Harry time and time again, get over it, right? If you want Harry to get over all of the stuff he's been through, at the very least, William doesn't have to maintain this pretense that he's not working as a way to make some statement about his father's lack of parenting skills. He's a 40-year-old? How old is William now? 41, 43? Anyway, he looks 50. Whatever he is, it's time to put that behind you and do some work. He doesn't give a damn about how his father raised him. He just doesn't want to do the work. He's not interested. When it's something he likes, he jumps up like somebody just put on a Motown record. And when he's not interested, he goes on vacation. He wants to have it both ways. He wants all the celebration and attention that comes with his position for the things he wants to do. But part of his work is to do more of those investitures, and does the majority of them. Part of his work is being at the opening of a shopping mall or whatever. That is part of his job. He goes to Scotland. He refuses to wear the kilt. He just flat out will not wear the kilt. But he will be the king of Scotland as well. And yet he does not want to observe the customary dress. He just refuses, and that's that. When in Scotland, put on the darn tartan. Put on the tartan. That's expected. He refused to do it. William is the one that's half in, half out. Now, why William is doubling down on rift with his brother? Again, this is leaked from Kensington Palace. Kensington Palace wants to take away Harry's momentum with the not so fast. William is furious. William is angry. William doesn't want anyone in the family to speak to you. No one should acknowledge you. Why is this coming out now? I mean, I know Harry had his visit this week, but he could have said that a month ago. It's because he wants to pull the attention away from Harry. He wants to start this debate about how inappropriate it is for Harry to be anywhere in the country, let alone meeting with the king. But let's talk about outside of the country. The last time Harry went to Ukraine, William was furious. And then they made some excuse about, oh, they wouldn't let him go because it's a war zone. So you send Sophie Wessex over there? Joseph Biden has been there. And it was still a war zone. So what difference does it make? And when Harry went the first time, he didn't even go near Kyiv. He stayed in Lviv. This time he went closer than he did last time to the, disputed occupied territory. But trust me, the images that have come out of Ukraine of Prince Harry is a major headache for William. And they just will not call it what it is. But he's jealous. Now take a look at this one on the right. Prince William blindsided after King Charles froze him out over Prince Harry's reunion, says Insider. But it gets better. It gets better. Let me see who uploaded these. I think it was Zandy Sussex. Or was it Sussex Soldier? But anyway, I love the comments. You guys know that, don't you? So, a Yahoo user says, since when does a father need the permission of one son to meet with the other son? Next, King Charles doesn't need to tell William anything about his meeting. That is a father and son. Next, William, grow up. You can't demand that all family members have and live by your point of view. If you hate your brother and his family, how will you get along with others who speak their minds? Next, since when would the king need to consult or keep counsel with Prince William regarding matters pertaining to Harry? Prince William is not the sovereign and is owed no such deference from his father. Hear, hear. Next, William should get back in his lane. He thinks he is already king. Maybe he should work on removing that stick he has up his. Yes, get that stick out of your behind. Wait, there's more. It's not William's business. Next. Oh, the big baby. Get over it. I presume the king has the absolute right to meet with whomever he pleases without consultation, that is, with anyone. Oh, this one is from Harry. William felt blindsided as the king never consulted with him before meeting his younger brother. Why does a father need permission from his oldest son to speak with his youngest son? Unfortunately, William thinks he's already king and will make all family decisions regarding who is allowed to speak to who. Shouldn't it be whom? Grow up, Willie. No one is stealing your toys. Next, why would a father need any sort of permission from one son about meeting with another son? Last time I checked, he was the father and the king. Until William gets the crown and scepter, his opinions are moot. One more. Since when does a father, much less the King of England, need permission to visit with his son from his other son. Sounds like little Prince Fortnoy is a petty little man. I bet they can't wait for him to be king. Three more. I think Charles is king and does not need to talk to William if he wants to see his other son. Are these stories posted here really true anyway? This is a family matter between father and son, and royalty should not play any part in it anyway. That is what is wrong with the British monarchy anyway. The human touch is missing. They are portrayed as a bunch of stuffed shirts. The monarchy does not rule anything in Britain other than having wealth. That is all they have. Add some humanity into them, and the press would find someone else to exploit. That's an interesting take. The king shouldn't have to consult with his son to speak or see his other son. Prince William is a child and should be reminded that his father makes the decisions regarding his own life and who he sees. The child doesn't dictate to the parent. Prince William needs to grow up and let the past be the past. I've had plenty to disagreements with my siblings over the years, and we have always gotten past our differences because now matter what we should be because no matter what we love each other. Okay. And lastly, William comes across as jealous and controlling in all things Harry. If Charles wants to reconnect with his younger son and potentially have a relationship with Harry's children, God help me, that is his business, not William's. The heir should be concentrating on his wife's health and his royal obligations, not how he can bash his brother. I wish you say that louder. Now, Kate has had an extraordinary week. Kate has actually tied her hair back. I repeat, Kate has stopped the presses. Stop the presses. This should go in the morning papers. I repeat, Kate has actually tied her hair back all by herself like a big girl. She put on her big girl pants and she tied her own hair back. Kate did. She tied it back. I wonder if she, oh, never mind. I shouldn't say it. Yes, okay, I can say it. I wonder if those summers when she worked on the yacht, when the wind was blowing so hard, I said the wind was blowing. When the wind was blowing, is that when she learned the skill of tying her hair up really fast because the wind was because the wind was blowing? The wind blew and her hair went all over the place. So that is where she honed her skills, tying her hair up. Huh. That's okay, right? I could say that. The wind was blowing and her hair was going all over the place. And that is how she learned to tie her hair up really fast. Oh, okay. I'm going to leave that alone. Next, Moon of the World is the most interesting thing Kate Middleton has done. Now, that is an old article from May of 2014. St. Catherine was known to have mooned other people on campus while she was in school. Every time she heard a man's voice, it was said that the first thing she would do is throw that little flat booty of hers out the window and moon people. That is a true story. That is a true story. Now, sure, it was just some little juvenile prank or whatever. I don't know. But unfortunately, there were no smartphones back in those days, so we can never actually see the proof of it. But it has been reported by anyone who went to school at that time that that was one of her talents. Yes, that was one of her talents, being one of the Wisteria sisters. As a matter of fact, nobody could throw themselves out the window as fast or frequently as you know who. So it's the hypocrisy of it. It really is. They're such hypocrites. They maintain these airs for the likes of Camilla and Kate, and they try to make it seem as though Meghan had this really dodgy past, but Meghan's past is rather tame by comparison. Um, and of course, we all know that uh, for years, Kate and those little short skirts, and then we find out that when the wind and all, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't even want to try to say it, but she has exposed herself on numerous occasions in certain ways that I found rather disgusting and repugnant. And I only get a little bothered by the fact that the insinuation is that Meghan is the one who, shall we say, has a pass. But Meghan wasn't at a party with Sir Richard Branson in the middle of the night so that she can learn some tips to share with her family in the party pieces business. That is an article from the Daily Mail filled with pictures of Kate, who was supposed to be dating William, right? Kate out at a club, at a speakeasy, a sleazy dive with Sir Richard Branson. And the article insists that she was just learning some things about business to share with her family. Now, you see, that kind of sharing can get you pregnant. I'm just saying. Now, Charles is currently less irritated. We talked about that, but this is what I wanted to share with you. Glow, who has a channel of her own, she says, I strongly believe that Charles is a bad dad that does not have instinct parental love. However, I think the root of the problem is Prince William. He is the Cain in the Cain and Abel. I strongly believe that behind palace walls, William is absolutely insufferable to the point there is no reasoning with him, and it's just pointless. Even royal reporters have subtly alluded to this. I almost feel for Kate that she wanted to be queen. Wait, how did I say? I almost feel for Kate that she wanted to be queen so bad she made that choice. Kate wants to be queen. Kate's mama wants her to be queen. Uncle Gary wants her to be queen. A lot of people sacrificed in their family to push Kate in that direction and to maintain her position until William offered to marry her, right? That was all by design. They let the clock run out, meaning that William was not likely to marry anyone else. It was reported that he tried and failed to woo any of the aristocratic women in his circle or even outside of his circle. There was no one suitable. And so one day, at age, what was it, 30, he looked up and Kate was still there. And it just seemed logical. Not necessary love, but logical. And so that's why Kate is going to be the queen consort, is because they ran the clock down. She's not brilliant. She's not interesting. She looks okay in a frock, but that's about it. Her biggest achievement is her patented blow dry hair or other people's hair, whatever the case may be. That is what she's famous for. Coat dresses and her hair. But there's no great quotes that comes from Kate because she ain't really said anything and she's not going to say anything. Boring. So anyway, that was brilliant analysis from Glow. Oh, here's some good news. You showed me and the world what bravery was and is. Ukrainians are fighting for freedom and democracy, paying a high price for it. I'm thankful for lessons you showed me every day. I cannot wait to be back. Miss you all. World Central Kitchen team are there every day. Love you all. Oh, I got a comment from Joan Garcia. Thanks again for sharing my milestone birthday of 80 years on September 14th. Amazing. God is good. I don't need Baron's candles yet. Oh, you don't need the candle? Are you sure? That is a miracle then. And good for you. Good for you. People are in better shape nowadays than ever before. So whatever your secret is, Joan Garcia, if you feel like sharing it with us, let us know how you have managed to keep everything going. Because there are some people, like my aunt, she broke her ankle in 3 places and required pins and everything. Oh, and that caused her a great deal of pain. And anybody who's ever fractured or broken something, you know what I'm talking about. So it's a blessing to have your mobility, to have your wits about you, all the way up to 100. That is a blessing. So anyway, thank you for sharing your birthday with us, Joan Garcia, and many happy returns of the day. I need that candle. Let's see. What was that? I think, oh, yeah. When he got hit with that 9-iron, might have jolted something. I cannot stand a bully, and I'm so tired of hearing about how angry William is. Oh, I'm so tired of hearing that. Oh, 2 years ago, United 24 ambassador. Before that, from the start of the full-scale invasion, Jose and his World Central Kitchen team came forward to help Ukrainians, supporting those who needed it most. Thank you for your big heart and having room for Ukraine in it. Oh, that is sweet. That is sweet. I love it. Now, I'm sure you all have heard this already. Henry VIII posted this. My guess is this is nothing. Dumoy, I think I'm saying it right, has never had accurate royal leaks in the past. Has never had accurate royal leaks in the past. But here it is. We'll see. So, what is the message? A royal announcement will be made either right before or after the upcoming funeral. Very significant, to say the least. A royal announcement. A royal announcement. Do you think that they're going to alert us that a very prominent member of the British royal family, a senior royal, is actually wearing a wig? Because if that is the case, they could save their money or not waste their time. I think we got this figured out. But yeah. Now, I just saw a woman on Instagram, and of course, she's a mature woman, older, and whoever the paparazzi was, no, it was one of those people that worked the red carpets, asked about her hair. How do you keep your hair so voluminous? So, and she, gathered the girls. She said, come here. I'll tell you my secret. It's a wig. And she even pulled back the hair on the side to try to show her that it was a wig. And I promise you, I could not see any difference. Now, she said it was or is, but I couldn't see the difference. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if Kate is wearing a wig, which in all likelihood she is, they have what they call a topper that just covers the crown of your head, and it is very well hidden. Your own natural hairline can protect you from looking as though you're wearing something, else. And anyway, it's interesting that they seem to have drawn a line on this whole idea that Kate is using hair pieces or extensions or whatever. They just don't want that to be discussed. They even tried to gaslight us into believing that she didn't color her hair. That was the sunlight. I don't know why that's so important to them. But for whatever reason, it seems to be incredibly important. So anyway, let me take a look at a couple of your comments here. Oh, you're quite welcome, Paulette. Thank you so much for being here. Antoinette Kennedy, I didn't know you were here. All right. So exclusive. King Charles and Camilla divorce. Shock. How Queen secretly lives apart from cancer-stricken monarch husband in a $1.2 million marriage split home. I just don't believe that after all they have been through, that Camilla would ask for a divorce. Now, I don't know which paper this came from or which magazine. Someone posted it, and I didn't get a chance to verify it. So, full disclosure, I have not independently verified this headline. However, I just don't believe it. The only reason I'm sharing it with you and I haven't vetted it is because I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Yes, after the coronation, Camilla went home. Charles, I think, dropped her at her front door somehow. And then he went on to his house, to Highgrove. But after the coronation, after all the photos and everything, they went their separate way. And then I think, oh gosh, was that the day after the concert and everything? I think it was the day after. They went their separate ways. He went to his house, she stayed at her house. Now, to be fair, Camilla, the queen consort, she has her own children, right? And she has her own grandchildren. And maybe she just is trying to be considerate to spend time with her own, or, well, with her family, rather than trying to get, trying to be around her family with Charles. Maybe Charles doesn't want that. Maybe Charles doesn't, Charles doesn't have any type of instincts like that to be around kids, let alone other people's kids. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to take a look at a couple of your comments here. Oh, Legs is here, huh? Hey, Legs. Well, you all are kind of quiet tonight. Now, this is more my speed. That old bag of no, of fluids covered with Tell us how you really feel. Okay, I'm gonna pass that one, but I love it. Camilla doesn't have a logical reason to want a divorce. And she's certainly not going to go public with anything because let me tell you something. The royal women that divorce out of that family can barely ever show their faces again. Could you imagine how the press would turn on her? However, it's not for certain that the press would turn on her because remember, she carries a lot of weight in the press. She walks around with reporters and Royal Rota people. She walk around with them people stuffed in her bra like a $20 bill. Yep. Some women stuff money in their bra. Camilla stuff royal reporters in her bra and walk around all day, take them shopping, take them for cigarette breaks and everything, but they're always there, stuck in her bra. So yeah, it would be interesting to see if the press would turn against Camilla if there ever was some type of divorce. Because that's what happened with Diana. That's what happened with Fergie. Once you're out, you're out. Of course, I think the press still has kind of a love affair with Duchess Fergie. Let me see. Are we just about done? Yes, you guys. That was the last slide. Yeah, I think that was the last one. Yes, we are done. How long was that? An hour and 50. How did that go almost 2 hours? That is crazy. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, you guys, I am done. So do say goodnight. I'm going to stick around for a bit and look at some of your comments, but I am done. Yeah, Helen G, that'll never happen. Hi, Gail Tapscott. uh Oh, yes, afraid of William. I could see that. I could see that. You know, I'm not a doctor, but I think William needs um, some therapeutic medicines. William needs medication. He's not wrapped too tight. He needs to be in counseling for his rage issues or issues. Okay, y'all heard her. Lydia says, thanks, Baron. Good night, all. Please hit the like, subscribe, and join the membership if you are able. All right, I guess we're done then. Done, done, done. No, no, I have not. No, but if there's something I'm not expecting, I get a notification, and I haven't seen anything. Let me take a look right now. But yeah, they actually scan it and everything. So I'm pretty sure I know what that is. And I know what that is. So do I know what that is? Well, wait a minute. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe. Well, I have to try to check it out this week. I will. I will check it out soon. Thank you for reminding me to do that, because I thought I knew what that was and I don't know what that is. So I will check. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I want to. I want to. Okay. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be used by you. Ooh, no. Whoa. Hold your head up. Keep your head up. That was my jam. That was my jammy jam. Let's see. Leg says, so British media are admitting that William forced Harry and Meghan out now. In so many words. Why? Have you seen something I haven't seen? I mean, because it's implied, but I don't know that have they ever came out and just said that? I wonder if they're doing that as some kind of way to reconcile with Harry. Because you know what? Harry did invite the Guardian along with him on this trip. And so, with the Guardian having that kind of access, I wonder if the rest of the media is going to get a bit jealous or jade and want to, be a little more civil to the Sussexes or to Prince Harry. They really ought to. It could be to their advantage. Okay. Oh, by the way, thank you, Legs. All right, I'm going to say cheers and good night. Love you guys, and I will see you all next time. Oh, okay. I feel you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Huh. Well, yeah, there's that. Okay. All right, then. Well, then let's say good night. That's all. That's all. That's all. I could only give you love that lasts forever, and a hand to hold when leaves begin to fall, and the only love I've known for you and you alone. That's all. That's all. Everybody. Oh man. Okay. I'm all right. Good night for real this time.